All right, guys. We're gonna have a little bit of fun today, and we're gonna do something we never do. We're gonna talk about Hasan Piker. I barely saw. I don't know. Somebody made this video. I'm curious about it. It's called Hasan Piker Lies About His Trust Fund and His Failed Career as a Pickup Artist. And I want to watch it. I watched through a little bit of it before I decided to watch it because I'm like, oh, we've been doing so much Hasan lately. And the first point that this person makes was so weird that I'm like, oh, and is this going to end up being like, am I going to defend? Can't speak. Am I going to end up defending Hasan? And I feel like I might, Ugh, who wants to do that? Am I right? But that's kind of where we're at. So you know what? Why not? It's content, baby. And I'm a content machine. Well oiled because I didn't shower. Because I'm obese. And I get lots of oils on my body. I don't know. Let's get going.
I grew up in Turkey.
Me too.
I
grew up on hamburgers. So
relatively affluent family.
Yeah.
And if you're like even a little bit affluent in Turkey, because of how massive the wealth gap is in a country like that, you're caked up.
I got some cake
in
for you.
comparison to like American standards, where if a similar salary would not, or a similar amount of wealth would not make you, upper middle class even.
Hasan's father.
Yeah, so it sounds like what he's saying is that what it sounds like he's saying is he's got some money. He would be considered upper middle class by our standards in our country. I don't know, whatever. But okay, I feel like he's undervaluing it. But
In comparison to like American standards, where if a similar salary would not, or a similar amount of wealth would not make you, upper middle class even.
Yeah, so he's just saying that if he had the same amount of money in Turkey or in America as he did in Turkey, he wouldn't even be considered upper middle class. But since it's in Turkey, it's like a lot of money.
Hasan's father, Mehmet B. Piker, who is a public figure, so I'm not doxing anybody, was the vice president of Sabancı Holding, a Fortune 500 company at the time.
Ooh,
he also represented Turkey as a...
What is a Fortune 5? What is a Fortune 500 company? What does that mean? Let's see. Must be for-profit, publicly traded, or privately held U.S.-based entity with financial statements filed. Okay, so you just have to be a thing.
delegate in the European Union. For Hasan to act like this wouldn't even make him upper middle class in America,
That's
when
true.
His father was literally one of the most powerful businessmen on the planet.
It was listed 240th among the world's 500 largest companies in 1993. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That sounds pretty... It sounds like he would be rich in America with the amount of money that he had. I don't know what the fuck this... He's such a weirdo.
Is just a straight up lie, which he does a lot of in this interview.
Yeah, I'm a little bit rich, but not that much. I'm one of you guys. My daddy was only top 300 out of the 500 richest companies. Most people's daddies are top 200.
What the fuck? I didn't even have a daddy. I mean, I do. I just call him my sperm donor. It's a little fucked up because, he has no interest in me, and that's fine. But he's fucking hit on my mom somewhat recently, trying to fuck my mom. It's like, dude, like, what are you doing? You trying to make me a brother or a sister, you weirdo? That's just bizarre. I haven't talked to him my entire life, but this guy's gonna hit on my mommy. Maybe she has that good shit. Maybe she's got that good puss. I don't know, but I mean, I guess I can't fault him for it. I guess I can't. I guess I can't give him that much shit for it.
Hasan does mention that his father was the right-hand man in a holding group.
But he was successful. I mean, he was like lobbying the Turkish government. He was like the right-hand man in a holding group. You know what I mean? He was like, he had some pretty...
The fuck is a right-hand man in a holding group? What does that mean? He's a strategic assistant to the CEO. Okay, that's apparently what he was. He was a strategic assistant to a CEO, not the CEO's assistant. A strategic assistant to the CEO. Incredible.
Serious jobs. But
to pretend that his family's wealth was comparable to your average...
That dude's on a fucking horse.
But
look at this guy on a horse. This is Hasan Piker on a horse as a baby. They wouldn't let me on a horse. Something about how the horse has a 220-pound weight limit. I told them, tie some balloons on the horse. They didn't listen to me. And that's how we got to where we are now.
Pretend that his family's wealth was comparable to your average middle-class American is laughable. Hasan goes on to claim that his father lost everything futures trading after he had retired and Hasan went off to college.
By the time I got to college, my dad lost everything. Right?
So he was like a millionaire and then he lost everything. Gotcha.
Which is fine. I mean, I still had a lot of the benefits of a early upbringing.
Could you tell us, do you mind telling us how he lost everything or what?
Futures trading.
What is that, like fucking, what is that, NFTs? I don't know.
What happened in that?
Just gambled, basically.
Yikes. Okay.
You know?
Had he been doing that for a while and seen some success and then just kind of went all in on it or something?
Yeah, pretty much, I think. I'm a little murky on the details. Like, I don't think he's never fully like brought it up. You know what I mean?
I can't dispute this fact in and of itself, as this information isn't public, but given Hasan's repeated lies throughout this interview, and the fact that his father is still a powerful figure in Turkish politics, being one of the founding members and deputy chairman of the Future Party, formed in 2019.
It sounds like he's still doing perfectly fine. Yeah, we went from being millionaires to hundreds of thousands of heirs, you know?
By former Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu. I find it hard to believe that his father lost all of his financial influence, yet continues to wield so much power in Turkish politics. Yeah. Hasan's next lie is about the state of the Young Turks operation upon his arrival in 2013.
You guys...
Yeah, they were doing pretty bad until old Hassani Piker came in, and I helped my very short manlet uncle.
Surprisingly. Sorry, Jenk. Is it Kenk? I don't know. Sink? I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, pretty fucking cool.
Probably know this, but if you don't, my uncle has a YouTube channel called the Young Turks.
Yeah.
It was like a 26-person shop. It was like a tiny operation, not that big, not that media behemoth or anything.
I could have swore that he came in as the Young Turks, like, but the Young Turks were like hitting a ton of success, and didn't Hasan come in at that point as part of their expansion to try to maintain their own 24/7 news cycle, which is literally the destruction of media?
In 2013, the Young Turks had over 1 million subscribers, received over 1 billion views, landed a deal with Roku, brought in over $3 million, not including the $400K raised in an Indiegogo campaign, and would receive a $4 million investment from a private equity firm less than a year later. Not exactly the small operation Hasan makes it out to be.
Tiny operation, not that big.
He talks about...
That's crazy, brother. Well, it's only a small loan of $3 million. You got to think about it from Hasan's perspective, who grew up rich and privileged. $3 million is not that much money, bro. If you got to think about that. Think about it.
Out feeling the need to get out of his uncle's shadow, and fights back against people who attribute his success to nepotism.
Yeah. I needed to no longer be in the shadow of the Young Turks.
Yeah, all of his success is nepotism, obviously. Even from his his father being a politician clearly helped him learn to communicate in a way that resonates with some people, even if they're lies. So yeah,
no longer be in the shadow of my uncle, because no matter what I did, everyone was like, nepotism. That's the reason why you're successful.
1000%, yeah.
Nepotism. That's the reason why your Facebook, shit's popping off. Nepotism.
Yeah, nepotism, and he's a handsome guy. I mean, that's really it. And he's like somewhat charismatic. He's not particularly intelligent. He's like average intelligence, on the same level as me, except I'm funnier. I'm so much funnier than this guy. Come on, guys. I don't know. But yeah, there's nothing particularly interesting about Hasan. It's nepotism, and then he's attractive, and he yells. It's really it.
It's like, well, he's not doing fucking Facebook videos. What do you mean? He literally can't. Know?
Isn't he paying you to do Facebook videos, you fucking idiot?
Just because you're coming up with the content yourself
doesn't mean
that you aren't benefiting from nepotism. When you start off with your uncle's built-in audience of millions, we can actually go back and see just how successful
Babe of the week
Hasan was as a content creator.
Piggy of the week, baby.
Before he ever stepped foot on his uncle's launching pad. TheBroTip.com was Hasan's website where he produced videos and wrote blog entries centered around bro culture.
I got a bro tip. It's basically half of the entire thing.
And it's every bit as humiliating as you could imagine.
There's been a lot of reviews about how bro tip is not offensive enough, so I decided I'm going to kick it up a notch.
I'm going to kick it up. Hey guys, there's a lot of words around how bro tip is not offensive enough, so I'm gonna kick it up a notch.
I really can't criticize him though, because when I was on TikTok, I would do like a weird performative voice for some of my content. So,
Hey, bro. It's fucking bro tip, bruh.
We have 2 babes of the week this week.
okay.
1, Lady Gaga. 2, Kate Middleton.
Okay.
You decide who the babe of the week is by commenting below. Shout out to Elon Musk, the ultimate swag champion of all time, for unveiling his latest invention, the Hyperloop, earlier this afternoon. Now, the serious question I have for Elon Musk is this. How do you have the time to come up with this shit when women are probably tossing their salads your way faster than you can say Hyperloop in every single corner? You're a designated genius, you're a good-looking dude, and you happen to be a billionaire. Anyway, Elon, I admire your conquest in becoming the real-life Tony Stark without the creepy facial hair, and for that, you are our bro of the week.
Damn, I bet Hasan's pretty ashamed of that. That was fucking rough. Not even the Elon Musk glazing, but that was the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry for using that as a pejorative, but goddamn.
As you would expect, the bro and babe of the week content wasn't really attracting a substantial audience. Not only was this style of content already played out and considered corny in 2008, much less 2013.
It's brocabulary.
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 The new manifesto.
Yes.
So it says manifesto of dude talk.
Yes.
Like I open this up and I see a brolog.
Oh boy.
It's like the brolog is instead of a prologue.
Yeah.
Sure.
Called a brolog.
Well, of course.
Other things like bromunication.
Yep.
It's like communication, but the way guys do it. Bro, it's just like a guy's thing.
Sure.
His delivery was so unnatural.
This week's bro tip is still brought to you by me, Hasan Piker, because Mark Register failed to assassinate me.
That even people interested in this type of humor were completely unable to consume it. Hasan would also mix in some pickup artistry and give advice on how
the original Andrew Tate. Isn't it crazy that if this did well for Hasan, he would have just become he basically would have been an Andrew Tate cockwriter. I mean, that's all that's being communicated to me right now. If this did well, he would have been meat riding Andrew Tate right now. It's so interesting. So I guess thank God he did not do well, for him at least, because then he would be on the wrong side of history, guys. Okay, that's fucking insane to me.
interact with women.
On this week's Social Guru, we cover an old classic warhorse, the let's get out of here rule. This one's been passed on for centuries and helped even the Vikings get laid. I actually lost my virginity with this rule, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. So you're in the club, you finally use the 5-second rule because you're smart now, because you follow bro tip, and you start talking to this girl, it finally leads to hooking up, and you're bold enough to grab an ass cheek and then maybe even get some hand play downstairs. What is the next move? You need to get out of there, and you need to get out of there fast.
Damn. Just like Tristan Tate, dude. Holy fuck.
Hopefully with the girl. So you have to use these 5 magic words. Let's get out of here.
What you need to do is you need to take them onto a boat. You need to take them onto a boat. So they're more likely to have sex with you because of the implications. You know what I mean? Because of the implication. Am I right, Hasan? You of course you wouldn't force him to do anything. But it's the implication. You know? How horrible.
You might think, wait a minute, there's no way this is gonna work.
Wait a minute.
Yes, it does. Let's get out of here. It's time to get out of there, and it's time to separate her from her herd. Meaning...
Oh my god. This is actually pretty bad.
her crowd of girlfriends that are going to do their best to cock block you because they're fat and lonely.
And because they could tell you're a fucking creep. Blah.
If let's get out of here doesn't work, you exchange numbers, she leaves, you leave, you guys talk later.
Kiss
And you
them out.
continue on your conquest for the rest of the night.
Incredible. Wow.
This content...
I can't believe that he made that, but he made that in front of people, you know? Like, made that in there's like a difference between making your content and then making it with like people watching you. Like it's a more curated thing instead of just for yourself, you know? So it's just like, what the fuck was that? Jesus Christ.
Is so bad, it's no wonder why he switched over to political grifting. As you can see, when Hasan was left to his own devices and attempted to make a name for himself without the use of his uncle's platform, he was completely incapable of capturing an audience. Yet
True.
according to Hasan, starting a reaction live stream after years of appearing on your uncle's
Hey. Don't say anything negative about reaction streamers, okay? They're the best streamers.
multi-million subscriber channel refutes any claims of nepotism.
That's the reason why your Facebook, shit's popping off. Nepotism. It's like, well, he's not doing fucking Facebook videos. Like, what do you mean?
There's a lot more embarrassing stuff here, but I'm trying to keep this video short, so I'll just leave you with a few more things.
This week in shoutouts, I once again cover the only important news stories of the week.
You know.
Ow!
Lamar Odom has been missing for the past 4 days now, allegedly on a crack bender. God, Lamar, why did you have to be so fucking stereotypical? I was actually
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's a lot edgier than I thought. Jesus Christ.
referring to the men who marry Kardashian women and their stereotype of bad decision making. Who's the racist now?
Okay.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is Bro Tip, where I'll be giving you just the tip every week, just for a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay.
For our Social Gurus segment, I'm going to let you know how you can get laid because you currently sit in your mother's basement and watch YouTube videos all day. Our Bro Tip of the week is going out to all the wallflowers. This is a little thing me and my friends like to call the 5-second rule. What is the
5-second rule is when you drop something on the ground and you have 5 seconds to pick it up and still eat it. But since I have a bad memory, infinite second glitch.
Second rule, you might ask. The 5-second rule is exactly when you see a girl for the first time ever and you don't think for longer than 5 seconds and you immediately react. If you think for more than 5 seconds on what you're going to do with the hot girl that just walks into the bar with her friends screaming, "Fuck guys tonight, I just want to dance, Stacy. I just want to dance," you're never, ever going to get laid, and here's why. Because us guys, no matter how confident we are, we get psyched out. For our last segment, we're going to play a little game aside from just the tip called Would You Rather. For this week's insightful question, we ask you, the audience, would you rather never eat cheese for the rest of your life but get blowjobs, or never get blowjobs for the rest of your life but continue on eating cheese?
I mean, it's going to be eating cheese every time. I mean, it's cheese. There's just nothing. There's nothing else to say about that. It's not even a good question, you know?
Unfortunately for our lactose intolerant audience, the question is rather simple. However, for the rest of you guys, how will you decide?
If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Okay, cool.